So instead of doing a live stream, instead I'm just going to do a video and whack it on. Oops. And whack it on. Whack it on. It's not going to be a very good one. It's going to be me leaning my phone on the edge of there, and me going like this. And me wetting my whistle every few moments. Yeah. Phew. Well, what a weekend it's been. It's not even finished. But in saying that, when I get back, I've got tons of work to do. Because Monday morning, we've got a meeting about 2 posters that we're going to be doing, 2 event posters that we're going to be doing. Very interesting. We got 2 for Halloween events. We've got 2 techno events, and we've got another event that's happening. I've missed a couple of events, and it's all going on the board, and stuff has been sold, and all the rest of that when it comes down to pricing. So there's a lot to do. Then there's renewing the website, and there's all that kind of stuff. So a lot of work. It's not been very good this year for the Radiant Advertisement Company, but it's been a boat over rough waters for about 3 or 4 months, and I'll talk about that more in another post. But everyone keeps asking, right, about the building company, and everyone keeps asking the same goddamn questions, right? Fencing panels, all the rest of it. Now, the engine rooms, we're not doing. Tell you for why? Because we don't want to be working out council's pockets. Yes, the organisation that's the engine room attached to is independent, but the building is council property. When you start working on council property, it becomes a bit too hairy scary, as I've learned in the past. So that's the reason why. And plus, I've not been asked, and what's the point and all. However, in saying that, I am helping Mars and Linton do a couple of production stuff. So I haven't left them in the dark, because we are doing stuff, but we're not doing major stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that needs doing. It's called paperwork. That's the main thing. And when you start doing paperwork, it gets a bit hairy. Also, as well, you'll send all the CyberCon stuff. I'm going to be doing a communal post when I get back, because it's going to be quite lengthy. I'm doing 2, one about CyberCons, no 3, because I'm doing a CyberCons post, which people will probably send, and then the other 2 are just, actually there's another one as well. So and a couple of things failed. So yeah. But I got a story from my other channel, where we're staying in Blackpool, a hotel. I'm just going to give you the extract, Tales from the Vaults. It's quite gruesome. a hotel where torture happened, and Wendy Richardson was involved, and there was rumours that she was one of the people that tortured victims, but she wasn't. She was a victim, and she was being trafficked. But at this point, she was. You know the story about Wendy Richardson, right? The imaginary person. If you don't, we've had to sort of do a dumbed down version of the story. So she was saved by Richard Wilde from the baby boilers in Liverpool. And then her and Richard Wilde had a bit of a fling. And then they were after Richard Wilde. And instead of Richard Wilde, they got her. And they used her as a weapon against Richard Wilde. And they basically said that if you don't do what we say, we'll kill Wendy. We'll decapitate her and all the rest of it. We'll cut her head off, basically, and all the rest of it. And they had videotapes from these awful video conferences. I'm going to get into it in another. But it was a hotel, and the stuff they did there is absolutely ruthless. Me and Tom McInhill, we did in the early 2000s. We did it was at the back end of the newspaper just before we ended it. We did an article called Hotel California, based on the song, the Eagles song, and we based it on this hotel. The hotel was called the Petland Hotel, right? And it was terrible. They even had a well in there. They had a well. And the hotel was being funded by the Freemasons. And Paul Ogar got involved. Not with funding for the hotel, but Paul Ogar used it to traffic weapons in the late 90s. It was alleged that Paul Ogar sent men to work there, but you know, so it's drugs, blood, murder, a lot, and it's in Blackpool. So yeah, there's even tales of prostitution. I'll do that as a separate Tales from the Vaults, because that'd be very boring to do it as all in one. But yeah, and they even had a place in there was a place in Scotland, a huge castle, and that's where all the money was going, to fund this castle, to fund this man living in a castle. Oh dear. Oh, and he also had a tower in the lakes, in the Lake District, which they burnt to the ground. Anyway, so we'll be talking about that in the video. Oh yeah, and this guy had an island in the middle of nowhere, which they also burnt to smithereens. So yeah, they found out who this guy was. He was Glenn House. And Glenn House actually committed suicide. Talk about that in another video. But anyway, so there you go. That's all for Beanswood 77. Got some juicy videos coming off that channel. Because people, and also the Tales from the Vaults podcast is actually just going to stay on that channel because I'm having issue with the Spotify Podcasters app, which I'll talk about on that channel. I'm also going to do, excuse me, on this channel, the music appreciation. I want to do top 10 protest songs. Because we're in an age now where you can't protest. And I think musicians need to protest. And I feel sorry for Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I feel sorry for her because she's had one thing after another, you know. First of all, she's not had all of her royalties. She's not had full, allegedly. I spoke to Andrew Coleman about this. He's been my source of go-to on talking about record labels and stuff like that. And Taylor Swift, she didn't have all of her royalties. She's not had to release a whole back catalogue. She's had to re-record everything, re-release everything. She's had to fight to get all her royalties. She had a very, very bad time. And now, this has happened. Now, very different to Ariana Grande. Very, very different. The difference was Ariana Grande was there. Ariana Grande was playing a live gig. Now, obviously, I'm saying it's different in the fact that the artist wasn't there. Yeah, I'm not going to go on about it because you know. But what happened in Southport was terrible. Will's a bit worried that I'm going to say something I shouldn't. We're not live, but we are recording this video. But thanks, Will. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to go into. But the thing is, on the music standpoint, on the music front, Taylor Swift's had it. And I feel sorry for her. I think musicians need to reach out to her and say, look, this is not your fault. You know, your music was changing those kids. You know? But I don't think Taylor's going to do a gig like Ariana Grande did. It'd be nice if she did, it'd be nice, but unfortunately I don't think she could because there's too many upset. There's too many you know, but I'm not going to speculate what the Satanic Panic crowd would say because I don't believe in hidden messages in music. I never have done. If a song's got a message in it, it's there. You know? And a song will say different things to different people, forwards or backwards. There's only one song that's had the message right out there, and that is Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. which caused a lot of controversy. But it was a song that needed to come out. Phew, by Jove, we've gone there, haven't we? But yeah, I'm going to do protest songs and bands protesting. I mean, if musicians protested, it'd be very different. It'd be another Plastic People of the Universe. I mean, we're not in Slovakia, but, you know. But anyway, I do think the politics in the music world go sort of parallel and sort of go, I always thought they went hand in hand. You know, music and politics sort of went hand in hand, and so, you know, music was supposed to rebel against politics in a way. You know, I mean, dubstep was supposed to be music for the teens and the tweens. It wasn't. Dubstep was a real serious music, but unfortunately it was when brostep came in, it blew dubstep out of the water. Anyway, you see, you've got to do your research to know that dubstep was a music that had even killed drum and bass for a while. But it wasn't until hardstep and even some hardcore DJs, because everybody was using dubstep bass lines in every single genre known to man, even in rock music. But it was the last to use it, and it was Imagine Dragons who were using. They weren't even using them. They weren't even thinking about dubstep. They just wanted a heavy bass line and used it. And now it's something that can't be done again. And Imagine Dragons, if you listen to their music, it was not meant to be that way. I mean, Trent Reznor, in one of his interviews, he did a couple of dance tracks, and he said, you know, no, my music's not that sort of music. And he's had to switch things up very, very fast. But Trent Reznor will do anything. Musical terms, because that's what the fans want. You know?
So,
I am.
sorry. I might get a drink while you're doing that. How long will you be doing that for?
Not long.
Yeah.
You go and get whatever you want. So yeah, oh yeah, and we've got a few wrestling videos coming out. We got next Saturday. Where are we going next Saturday? Well, it's surely, isn't it?
Preston.
Preston. There we go. Going to Preston next weekend. So if you like wrestling videos, there'll be loads of wrestling videos on this channel as of next weekend. So, but I'm not going to put the videos out on the day. I'm going to put the videos out the week after, because they'll do well. You okay, Will?
Yeah.
Don't do yourself in, will you, man?
No, I'm not.
I don't feel like doing first aid.
No, I'm alright.
Yeah. I don't feel like playing doctors and nurses. Sorry. Oh dear. So yeah. I feel in my heart that CyberClans is going to go a very different direction. It's not the website that it once was, but actually I've got a little secret to tell you. Actually I've got two secrets to tell you. Freaking hell. One's a little bit of a confession, actually, which I'll come to in a second. But I was thinking it this weekend. I thought, the imaginary friends, I want to talk about it properly on the channel, but for a long, long time, I think that social media it's a bit mere. It's, people don't read, when you put something up, a lot of people don't read social media. Right? And it's great for like doing a social experiment of putting stuff out there, and the Facebook page will still be there, the Tumblr blog will still be there, but here is what I want to do. I want to build a website, and I've been saying it for a long time. Because I think people can take your project seriously, and it'll still be done like a casual blog. It'll still be done like an archive, the way you've always read it, but very different things on there, because we're going to put videos on there that won't go on YouTube. They'll be on the website to watch on the website, not on YouTube, not on Facebook, because that grows the website. There will be YouTube videos on my other channel, but there'll be videos on the website that you don't see on the YouTube channel, because I want to make a living, and I also want to do a podcast on the website too. Audiobook on the website. But a lot of it takes a lot of time. Podcasting, YouTube, you name it, it takes a lot of time. So I'm doing a project on YouTube, as you know, and I'm doing another project that talks about the website and what I want to be doing. So the website will literally take a few months to design and create, and then hopefully I'm going to put I'm going to invest in it. I'm going to invest in the website as a hobby. You pay for a hobby, you get it done, whatever. But I also want people to go, oh wow, this is great, this is brilliant. But there's a reason. I can't really say the reason at the moment. One of the top reasons, but I do have a reason to say, yeah, this is what I want to do. But also another reason to say, yeah, this is what I want to do, because then this is something else I actually truly believe in, and it's something that I can work on, do what I want to do, customize how I want to customize it, publish what I want to publish, but also get other things on there. So I'm still playing around with the ideas for the moment, but when the ideas, I think, oh yeah, well, this is the Imaginary Friends blog, the Imaginary Friends archive, this is what we want. and people can go read it, and people can go and but I'm going to do it different to the Facebook. The Facebook doesn't really answer the questions that people want. I think the website will answer the questions, if you know what I mean. I've done it on my YouTube a few times on both channels. As Good As You has asked a question on several occasions, how do you see your imaginary friends? Are they numbers and letters, or are they figures? Now, she asked that question because her imaginary friends are the same as mine, only hers are different. But I think the difference with hers is they zoom in and out. You've got to watch her videos too. I can't explain As Good As You videos because she does it, but I know how her world works, and it's great because but the problem is when you have a real deep imagination, you have struggles in your life, and but to do the website, I really want this to be done from mine and their perspective. A big scrapbook of archive, but archiving it, taking the good bits. The other stuff's on Tumblr and Facebook, mainly Tumblr. I am doing a book called The Imaginary Friends Scrapbook, which is just an archive, but it's everything. It's a journal. It's everything, and I will publish it because I want it to have that rough around the edges feel, a bit like Kurt Cobain did when he went in and when they did In Neutral. I've got this feeling about this work, and I've really felt so mentally overloaded. That's like a change that, oh crumbs. I don't talk about changes at the moment. I'm not really in that mood, but and this weekend has been a time to recharge my batteries properly, but also think, Steve Jobs always said, if you go to take time off, also take time to process. And I want to include the Stepping Stones group in the Imaginary Friends archive. There you go. I've said that too. As a kind of a promo, I think. But I have a vision for a new community. This is very Martin Luther King. But I feel crumbs, I really, really feel a passion for a passion for working on proper projects again. When I was in COVID, when we were in lockdown, I had 100 projects that I was going to do. I was going to work on an album. I was in the middle of working on a music video which never got finished. I was in the middle of working on a book which never got done. I was in the middle of working on another video, and that I was in the middle of changing my YouTube channel, which I did. Actually, I redid my YouTube channel because what happened was Kevin Chapman, he stopped doing his videos for a while. And I want to praise Kevin Chapman because he's now doing what I'm doing. with this channel promoting Beansfield 77. So, Kevin, if you're listening to these videos, mate, which I can tell you're doing well, mate, and your channel is getting better. You know, one thing I wish you did do is, I liked the house tour, how you did it, but there was an essence of family vlogishness in there somewhere. When I watched it, I couldn't tell what it was. It's not really my video to say, oh yeah, that's how I'd have done it. But, you know, I'm seeing a change in the channel that I'm liking. So, keep up the good work. But yeah, and so yeah, he stopped doing he'd stopped doing his vlogs, and I thought, oh, that means no YouTube. I can't put videos on. No, everyone's gonna stop uploading because we're not allowed to do. But then, Ollie Vlogs saved my bacon. He was on BBC Northwest with Roger Johnson, and I thought, that's it. Screw you, Kevin Chapman. This was me at the time. I thought, I'll show me in my office. I'll show me doing what I'm doing. Strangely enough, the behind the scenes videos happened, and it was great doing those videos. It was great actually putting them together, recording them. But they were a nightmare, just looking for content all the time. What?
I was thinking, sometimes I was thinking I thought your mum would shoot me.
Why?
I was thinking getting some garlic bread each. Well, I think your mum would shoot me if you gave me some.
Well, Mother would not know.
Sure, did she say